Fleet Command, coming in. Capture the target area and engage any hostiles. Command is happy to hear of your success and achievements on the surface. Fleet Command, coming in. Capture the target area and engage any hostiles.
Test 1 2. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. I've been talking all the way through that match,
Command is
but
happy to hear of your success and achievements on the surface.
I had some audio difficulties there. I think I've just got it fixed now. Luckily, I'm keeping an eye on the stream, otherwise, I wouldn't have known, and it would have been silent right the way through. So, yeah, sorry you've lost any kind of commentary for the first drop there, but I think you saw the results yourself. Uh, Redcoats obviously took the first drop, running their Stormcrows with small pulse, very effective mechs. And they earned 9 points for that, plus the objective. I think there's 10 points in total. And Freebooters did manage to pick up 3 kills, I believe, so that's 5 points, I reckon. Not a bad start for both teams. Just waiting now for the teams to ready themselves for the next map, which is going to be Viridian Bog Domination. I am casting tonight with a fierce hangover, so I'm not on top form tonight. I do apologise, but it is what it is. And you still get to watch the match.
Fleet command coming in. Capture the target area and engage any hostiles.
Team 1 are locked. And Team 2 are locked. Okay, let's launch into the action. Viridian Bog, this map's been around for a while. Lots of teams have had a lot of practice on this and played it in quick play to death. Should be interesting to see which kind of drops people are going to bring for this. I expect something a bit more long range. But you can brawl on this, it is domination, so you've got to be careful not to push the other team out of the circle too early though without getting kills, because in this tournament's rules the kills is where all the points are.
Fleet command
You only get a
coming
single
in.
point for
Capture
taking the
target area
objective.
and engage any hostiles.
Okay, so linebackers pretty much across the board here. For the UK side, they're definitely going brawl. And across the way, also linebackers. Right, so both teams going brawl. They picked that option, fair enough. flamers on freebooters linebackers. I didn't see any flamers for the UK side, European Redcoats. So this will be interesting to see what kind of effect these flamers have
You there,
in
Dubious?
brawl versus brawl. Yeah, I am. Hey, Crass.
Yeah, you're like radio casting. You're not showing the video on stream.
Oops, sorry, another mistake. I was doing
Never.
letterbox casting. Thank you, Crass.
Yeah. I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, I am a mess today. I do apologise. Not the best of streams. Here we go. Here comes the action. Decent attempt at a strike there. Sadly missed its targets. It's going to be a fight up here on the high ground. Let's see how these flamers work out. Titan and Plato facing off briefly. Fairly even so far. Shays is in trouble. He's been legged by the looks of it. He's going to go down shortly. What a scrap. Freebooters down to 2 mechs, 1 mech now. Looks like those flamers didn't have as much of an effect as freebooters might have hoped.
Happy to hear of your success and achievements on the surface.
They were running a lot of flamers that left them down on DPS. So European Redcoats takes a pretty solid win there. 5 kills, giving them 9 points, plus the objective is 10 points. And 2 kills for freebooters. Good match both teams. I think I'm just going to leave it in full screen since I'm a bit of a mess today, so I don't forget to keep changing the overlays. That way, I'm insured against making mistakes. So let me check. What is the next drop? The next drop is Grimplexus, and I believe that this is a team change too, if I'm not mistaken. Domination again. We should not be switching yet. We should not swap this, alright. So many mistakes tonight. I do apologise. Yeah, this has been a rough cast. Gotta remember not to cast with hangovers in future. And also double check the rules before the cast begins. That would be a good start, wouldn't it? I think the tonnage moves up to 400 tons. Despite my idiocy, I hope you're enjoying the cast anyway. Getting to watch these two teams fight out. Attempt at strike there, sadly missed its targets. It's going to be a fight up here on the high ground. Let's see how these flamers work out. Okay, good, the audio problems are resolved. Just wanted to check my mic there. You probably heard that on stream, but I was just having a look at the Twitch stream. Delayed by 5 minutes, I believe. I hate the sound of my own voice. Does anyone actually like the sound of their own voice? I don't know, maybe a few people do. $350 tons. Team 1 locked. Team 2, get yourselves ready. I'd usually go to the map strats and draw some lines and talk about how the matches went, but I'm struggling to do a very basic stream competently today, so I'm just not going to bother with that. But you do get to see the action, so there you go. That appears to be all I can manage today. I'm being told the audio is out of sync with the stream. Yeah, I'm going to have to take a good look at my settings after this. Don't have time to do it now, sadly, but once again, my apologies. I think I'm going to turn the in-game sound up a little bit. Is that too loud? Maybe. Let's try that. Okay, both teams locked up. Next drop, Grim Plexus Domination. Let's get into the action.
Fleet Command, coming in. Capture the target area and engage any hostiles.
Okay, 350 ton limit on this drop. Freebooters with the Brawly Orions. Interesting builds. They've gone with Flamers again. Let's see how it works out for them this drop. Viper. 2 Gargoyles. Ooh. The Gargoyles! With 12 small pulse, those things are lethal. Gargoyles are lethal. I actually haven't played them at all until very recently. And it's incredible. And once they get into range, they just demolish things. So much pinpoint damage. And a couple of Brawly Orions. Alright, good job. So UK moving straight up onto the high ground. It's going to be a quick and vicious fight. Let's see who comes out on top. No real need for the battle map, because we know where everyone is. UK have spotted Glitch, and he goes down very quickly. Legged almost immediately. Dove a bit too deep there, you shouldn't do that early on. If you're way out the front like that, you're going to get demolished. Just like Muzz for UK is being demolished right here. So they've swapped a Viper for an Orion there. Not a bad trade for freebooters. Shay's down as well. Titan heavily damaged. Titan goes down 3 for 3. Oh gosh! 2 quick kills for UK there. Freebooters now down to a single mech. You can see what's going on yourselves. Trying to use his flamers. Too many people to fight though. He goes down. Another solid victory for European Redcoats. They pick up 9 points plus 1 for the objective. And freebooters take 2 kills. I haven't been covering the damage either, have I? Pretty even damage spread across the board from the UK side. 2d20. Glitch went down without doing very much damage, but he really deep dove into the enemy team, and that was a bit of a mistake. And Shays didn't do great, but the rest of the team did decent damage. Yep, I played both teams. Also been neglecting to update the scoreboard, sorry for that. That was drop 3. Drop 4 is Hibernal Rift. And because I was an idiot and didn't double check the rules, thankfully I'm getting some help from the teams on what I should be setting. This is really bad casting. Yeah, I gotta work on this. Alright, this is team swaps. Okay, let me make sure I've got everything right. Hibernal Rift. Conquest for this one. 400 tons. That should be correct. So really just 3 brawls so far. Brawl, brawl and brawl. UK have, Europe Redcoats have come out on top. Heavy use of flamers for freebooters, 2d20. Good in theory, didn't seem to work too well in practice. I mean, they can shut down mechs really quickly, especially on the hotter maps. But of course the trade-off is that you lose damage. But nevertheless, interesting choice. Assault, assault, is it assault? Why does it say conquest? Should be assault, alright. Okay, we're all good. Team 1 locked up, Team 2 just waiting for them to do the business and lock up themselves, and then we can launch into the fourth drop. Hibernal Rift on assault. Minus 16 degrees on this map, so if they do bring flamers again, they're going to be ineffective, I think. Okay, Team 2 locked, let's launch. Pug there, I think he's making fun of me, rightly so. This has been a disaster of a cast. I promise I'll try to do better next time. Nightgears. Longer range this time, Gorse and ER large lasers. Decent combo. Okay, pretty much all long range. For Redcoats. And they are going up against Brawly Executioners. So Brawl versus long range. This should be an interesting match. Really shouldn't be up there exposing yourself on the high ground too early like Davo hacks there. You need a good planned route to get into the enemy. Of course you need some intel first. You need to know where the enemy are. Redcoats have definitely spotted Davo hacks, and I think they know where the where Freeboot is going to be approaching from. Once they get into range, hopefully they can do some damage of their own. Glitch there, taking unnecessary damage as well. Dude, get off the high ground. Get off, get off. There you go. So a nice spread from Redcoats. Really good long range spread set to receive. They've got excellent crossfire from those positions. Glitch is diving in a bit there, which is a really bad idea. This is a conundrum for freebooters. They've got to try and make an approach, but as soon as they pop around that corner, they're going to take fire from 3 different directions. Looks like they're standing around having a think about what to do. And they push up over the high ground. I don't know if this is the best idea, but we'll see how it works. Plato being focused. He's going to go down very shortly. And he does. Freebooters deciding to focus on Muzz. Muzz is going to go down. Good, 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 good. They got at least 1 kill. Okay, this is actually closer than I thought it would be. UK down to 3 pilots now. Actually turning out to be a pretty effective push. Well played, freebooters. I like it. Can they keep up the momentum? 4 versus 2. But the 2 remaining mechs for Redcoats are pretty much completely fresh. May not help them very much once this DPS gets into range. Long rangers versus brawlers, I mean, you know the outcome there. Most of the time at least. Wow, look at that. Great job, 2D20. I like it. I like it a lot. I thought Redcoats probably had that one, but they made their brawl push work, and they made it work well. Well played both teams. So this time it's 2D20's turn to take maximum points for this drop. They got all 5 kills. plus the objective. I think that's 10 points. And Redcoats only picked up a single kill. Decent damage across the board, no real weaknesses. Muzz got focused down early, so he only got 181 damage, but apart from that, yeah, good job both teams. Okay, that was drop 4, onto drop 5, which is Mining Collective Assault. Where is it? Can't see it. The Mining Collective, there you go. 500 tons. So that last drop, Redcoats had a really good spread. All long rangers in good positions, ready to receive. And 2D20 took some unnecessary early damage there. One of their Orions and of course their Viper took a bit of a kicking before they got into range, but then they did get into range and they really made that work well. They shut down the long range strat, got into range, and yeah, well, the game was what it was. Excellent drop for 2D20 there. Good job, fellas. Just gonna check the stream quickly, see what's happening. Okay, let's see. Freebooters are now unlocked. Team 2. Team 2 on a 5-minute timer. What's the clock time now? Okay. Final drop of the evening for this particular match, the Mining Collective Assault. 500 ton limit. Freebooters are dropping 10 tons. Doesn't mean a great deal because there are some very effective 90 tonners, but I don't know what their allocation of tonnage is. And it looks so far like European Redcoats are taking the full 500. So that would really have to be 5 100 tonners. Not a bad thing to do. Are they going to be traders or brawlers? This is the question. Team 2 locked, both teams ready. Alright, let's launch. It's time for the UX. The DACA. Okay, so freebooters kind of a mixture between medium range push and outright brawl. Interesting mix of mechs there. Let's see what the UK side has brought. The Kodiaks. Yup, heaps and AC-10s. Not a huge fan of the Kodiaks nowadays. I don't think they're as effective as they used to be, but still not to be sneezed at. Same builds across the board. So positioning wise, European Redcoats spread out a bit. Not sure what Sir Peregrine is doing down there in the low ground. He's not going to get any damage done from down there. You need to get up with your teammates. And freebooters are seemingly happy to hold their position for the time being. I guess they're trying to figure out whether UK are going to do a brawl push. So they may stand around here for a couple of minutes figuring that out. Hirala can obviously see some peeps and DACA coming his way, so he should be reporting that intel back to the team. Gives them a good idea of what they're facing. Down to 87%. Maybe time for you to reposition. Freebooters now making their approach. Redcoats watching this corner like hawks, getting some early damage in. Return fire from Shays coming. That direwolf is a monster when it gets into range, also extremely tanky. Canadian Cyrus is legged. That's going to limit his effectiveness. Looks like he's going to go down shortly. Plato's heavily damaged here. And he goes down. So Peregrine finally makes it up to his teammates, but actually goes down first. Pug's taken some damage, but freebooters have taken much more damage. They've only got one mech in decent condition now. Shays goes down next. Yeah, this has been a tough drop for freebooters. Not a bad idea. I mean, I didn't have any problems with any of the mechs they brought. I just thought the approach was a little bit staggered. Difficult one to pull off. Anyway, well played both teams. Let's take a brief look at the damage here. Gosh, Pug did well, 747, or Woolly 708, 562, 560, 262. Yeah, decent damage. And on 2D20's side, Canadian Cyrus comes in top with 531 damage. And then 270, 185, 166, 172. Yeah, I guess they took too much damage on the approach there, and once they got into range, they just they were too dead to make it work. So European Redcoats and Freebooters, both teams well played. Redcoats take the victory for this with 4 wins, 1 loss. Let's see if they want to come along for interviews. Alright, Titan's here for an interview, so I'm going to drag him down. Howdy, Titan.
Hey, Demetrius.
Just waiting for Plato, he said he'll be here in a second.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for casting.
Oh, you're welcome. It was actually a pretty bad cast, pretty rough one of suffering from self-inflicted hangover today, so...
Okay.
But it is what it is. You can watch it back later and judge for yourself.
Okay.
But it was a good match, though. I enjoyed casting it. Hopefully everyone else enjoyed watching it too.
Yeah, I think a few of the drops could have gone a little bit better, but particularly the one on Hibernal. Yeah, I mean, they just pushed us and we couldn't really all bring our guns to bear at the same targets, I think.
No, I thought your initial setup was really solid, actually. I mean, you had a good spread. We were getting fire from several different directions. And I thought the approach was going to be very difficult for 2D20 to execute. But they managed it. They got in range and yeah, they did the business, so excellent play.
I didn't have the intel that they were all on that side actually.
You didn't? Okay.
I didn't receive clear comms about that. I thought they were spread out trading, and then it looked like they were going to attempt some sort of push on the left side, but it wasn't clear it was the whole team. And I think our two guys on the right hand side, they'd start to come over, but I think they probably just arrived a little bit too late. So
Hey Plato, we're just talking about Hibernal Rift there. Your brawl approach was excellent. I thought it was really good, worked out very well. I wasn't sure whether you were going to pull it off to begin with. Having the eye in the sky view, I saw that Redcoats had a really good spread. You were taking fire on the approach from several different directions, but you managed to get there and do the business. Very well played.
Yeah, we saw because you can see where the team drops at, and we saw you Alpha Charlie drop, which to me suggested range. We had our Scout Viper go to Delta 4 to try to see where you were, and originally, ironically, we had one player who was slightly AFK and was hanging in the back, but he ended up being ahead of where we needed to be. So we held at Delta 3. Our original plan was just to go to the center and brawl, but when we realized your range, was like, okay, we can't survive pushing into that, so we'll have to go around the backside and swing in.
yeah, it was very difficult to deal with that. As I was saying, we didn't really have the intel that you were coming around, all of you on that side. So I think by the time we realised that you were going to push, our two guys on our right didn't manage to come over in time.
Your Night Cheer on your far left, we had the Viper go after him, and I believe he was supported by our Orion, and then the
Yeah.
3 Executioners were just pushing straight Charlie 4. The
Uh-huh.
original target was your Direwolf in the back, but we saw the Night Cheer right there. It was like, oh shit, we kill him right here. But props to my team. They maneuvered really well. After I died, they continued to coordinate really well.
Uh-huh.
So that's definitely a good job to all the players.
Yeah, that was a good one for you guys. Well done.
And to be honest, part of the reason why we ran brawls all the time is I think it's very hard to receive range pushes. I know I'm not good at doing it, so it's like, oh, screw that, we'll just brawl.
Yeah, I think Brawl works really well when there's only 5 mechs. When there's more mechs with more guns, the range comes into it, I think, a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of brawling, isn't there, in the Tournament of Stars? It seems to be more and more that we're seeing now.
On the last match, all Kodiaks and what was that, a bunch of UAC 10s?
Yeah, and a PPC each.
PPC. That was really good.
4 AC-10s, 1 PPC. Yeah, pretty effective, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we weren't sure if you're going to push the Echo line or the Fox line, and I think one of your direwolves decided he was going to push the Echo line, then come onto the Fox line over the ramp. So he took a bit of a pasting, but then you guys came down, and we were basically set up to receive you, most of us. So,
yeah, we went so we had 2 Executioners, 2 Direwolves, and a Spirit Bear, and one of the Executioners was kind of scouting for us up top. I took most of the team around the Echo 4 ramp, because our plan was to go the Fox line, but we're trying to stay in cover as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
My mistake was I got ahead of my Direwolves. They were bringing like UAC 5s and stuff, and then the other one was UAC 10s and 20s.
Yeah,
so
it
we
felt
were
like
looking
you guys
for the
were
brawl.
coming in dribs and drabs, so it made our life a bit easier. So, but it was a good match in general. I think a lot of the games were very memorable. Hellebore was a particularly good one.
Your Arctic Cheetah did such a good job. Like, I honestly, he jumped in. I'm like, oh, let's kill him, and then we get all out of sorts, and I'm like, oh shit, they're right above us. So that was my bad.
Yeah, he did really well, and that was the brief given to him. He was supposed to get as much intel as he could and allow our Stormcrows to deliver to the brawl as effectively as they could. So he did very, very well. Very pleased with that one.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our drops look very similar. Like, I definitely liked your linebacker drop. Your Stormcrows I thought was very strong. I really liked your Spirit Bear, your Kodiak drops. I actually thought your range drop was pretty decent. I was afraid. Like, oh.
Yeah, the problem is, we just you don't have the DPS, so those executioners close the ground far too quickly, and I think you swarmed our front night gear, and he went down very quickly.
Yeah,
and
both your night shears on your left were attacked at the same time.
yeah,
Uh,
and so they just couldn't get the DPS out, and then it was just a problem of trying to focus the same targets because we were out of position to receive your push because we had two night gears on the other side who were coming over, I think, at the time you pushed, but we just weren't able to focus the same targets, I think.
well, you focused me down really quickly, so good job on that. I was not
Yeah.
long for that map. I
Yeah.
think jump jets are part of the advantage there too. Is
Oh
we were
yeah.
able to push over. One of the adjustments we made was to try to bring more executioners there because you're thinking jump jets might be useful on this map and the next one. I feel like drops 4 and 5 are always kind of tied since their tonnage is somewhat close, and mechs that go in one might be you might want them in the other as well.
Hmm. Yeah, we were thinking. I was certainly thinking about executioners on the mining collective just to get a bit of intel and to play a bit more of a skirmishing role. I mean, what we're working with, as I say, keep saying this, we've got some very inexperienced players in our team, and um, we the struggle is to try and choose a strategy that will work for the whole team and not just sort of individual pilots. So we felt this Kodiak system would work very well on this map. It was done against us by the European Dragoons in Scrim on Thursday, so um, we employed it here, I think. It's a
Well,
great effect, yeah.
I might just take that drop from you and
Yeah,
also use it.
please
It's
do.
really good. Linebacker was like, I'll just go to the drop two. Our linebacker drop, I had a hard time getting us to focus fire, and that's on me. I, if the SERMs and Flamers can get in place, then in my opinion, they should beat the laser builds. But you guys did a really good job. Like it was so hard to focus a target. Like we had a target called, and he's running away. I'm like, no, get back here. All right, this guy's here. Let's go him. But switching targets is hard, and that's a compliment I want to give to your team is whoever's in first generally is like in and then is out of like range to fire. So
Uh-huh.
it's hard to call the first target we see because they're always getting into cover. So that you guys did a really good job with that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was touch and go, I think, and obviously when it goes into a brawl, it's all about the focusing of the fire, and it's something we're working on, but there's still a long way for us to go, I think. I would say, I was quite surprised that you took flames, but they were very effective. I think you used them on um, eh, uh, Grim Plexus as well, if I remember,
Yes,
and
yeah, you
it
can
was quite
drop one.
surprising. Yeah.
You can drop
So
1 ton of SERM ammo because you don't honestly. It's only 5 mechs you got to kill, so
yeah,
you don't
did
need
you
that
take
much.
them in the first drop as well on Hellebore? Because Stormcrow is getting incredibly hot. I actually blew myself up actually in that one, but
I
I
don't believe so. The
no.
Stormcrow builds were streaks and like small and micro pulses.
I
The
thought it was the
streaks.
first two drops you brought flamers.
I had no flamers called, but there might have been some since it's been a discussion.
You had no Novas on Hellebore. Quite a few Novas I saw. I don't know if they were running a few flamers, but
It was
and-
two. Oh, let's just tell you, it was 2 Novas. I was going to read 3 Stormcrows, but I have a hard time at math. And my own spreadsheet saying me, I'm 5 tons over. I'm like, oh well, maybe I should just read
yeah.
the own thing I say. But it was 2 Novas, 2 Stormcrows, and a Viper. The Stormcrows were Streaks and Pulse. Uh, the Nova I was in was Micro Pulse and 3 AMS, since sometimes our opponents have brought Streaks or SERMs, and the AMS, 3 of them seems like it's been able to get some work done. Sadly, you didn't do that, which, wah wah.
Yeah.
But I think the winning thing for you guys on Hellbore was we chase the squirrel too much. Your focus fire is really good, but just in battle, like it overheating happens.
Oh yeah. It's so difficult to coordinate it in a brawl. Actually, I think our team split a little bit on Hellebore as they did on Grim. I thought we were going to get stomped on Grim actually because some of our guys had gone up the hill and gone round, and then the two of us had been left behind. Um, b-
Ah,
and so I think I would think the laser linebacker is stronger at picking legs off than the SRM one, just because it's
yes,
it's it's you know it's it's pseudo pinpoint, whereas the SRMs are splat. So I think that's probably how we came out on top there, and we were just able to pick your legs off, after calling the targets and things like that. But it was touch and go. It felt like, although the score didn't reflect it, I think a lot of our mechs were quite badly damaged.
Hopefully toasted too. But
Yeah, absolutely. Those flamers. Yeah, it's not something you come upon every day, and they were very effective, I must say.
and that's what's fun about them. Shout out to KDCM for teaching us that one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, pretty good with the flamers. Interesting choice. It's a bit of a trade-off. I mean, they heat your opponent's mechs up, but you lose a lot of DPS yourself.
Well, so on the Orions, like 2 flamers isn't a huge amount, but we've got 8 flamers across 4 Orions, and together they can be pretty angry within 90 meters. But that's the tough part, is getting to that 90 meters. For me, I think it's worth it because you only need to drop 1 ton of SRM ammo. And I guess what else are you going to put on the laser points on that particular Orion? You could put like ERs or small pulses or something. I mean, the Orion with the LB-20 and the Artemis SRMs is just so strong in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
But your folks' fire is very good on that one. I thought the Gargoyle was a good choice. I sent my my Viper off to die accidentally on Plexus.
He was the first target. He was on his own, and we just focused him.
Yeah, I
but
saw that. He looked like he was just deep diving. I thought, is that a mistake or is it deliberate? So interesting.
We kind of had formed a line, and we pushed from Fox 8, Fox 7 down to Gulf 7, Gulf 8. The Orions were in the Fox 8 area, and I wasn't sure exactly where your team was. I knew they were somewhere around there. I ordered my Viper in too deep, and that was my bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was really what gave us the upper hand, actually. Although it kind of went a little bit wrong for us because the Viper really stretched our lines. I think it split our team. There was three of us, I think, engaging the Viper, including myself, and then two of our team engaging the rest of your Orions, which must have been a hideous task with all those flamers and SRMs and LB-20s and stuff.
But the one Orion you had who died, like, he did a good job. It took a while to kill him. Like, he ran into the buildings and were focusing legs, and his legs were hard to hit because he was, like, in the waist-high buildings, which, quick play, you're going to die anyways. But in comp, like, wow, that's genius move. So even though he died, he got his worth out. He lasted longer than I would have wanted him to last. So, even with that, like, your team did very well.
Thank you. I think your team was very good as well. I'm very pleased with the way that we came out on top and quite a lot of the sort of close engagements where with the brawls. But it was definitely a good fight. And you know the game on Hibernal really stood out for you guys. I think you really did do a number on us there, and we've got to go back to the drawing board with our strat there, I think.
It was close though. Like, if you look at how damaged our mechs were at the end, it was very close. I don't know. Maybe if one of them had been able to continue to back up, but I don't know. I don't actually have any good advice for range drops, so I don't really know how to do them well.
Yeah.
All right, I guess that's it. Thank you both. Yeah, it was a good matched cast. I enjoyed it. I made a fluff of the cast actually really bad tonight, but it was a good one anyway, and you both played really well. So.
Well, thanks for casting.
It's
definitely a lot of work. You got to see, we're all dropping, we're running around. You have to figure out what we're doing and make it entertaining and set up the maps.
Yeah, it's a lot to juggle.
I don't envy us the position.
Yeah, thanks again, Dubious, for casting, and yeah, good luck in the rest of your tournament.
Yeah, thank you. You're most welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dubious, and Titan. Good luck to the rest of your matches.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Okay, viewers, that's it. I hope you've at least enjoyed watching the cast, and see you again soon. Bye-bye.